Hello everyone and welcome back to 5-9 Gaming, your source for news and updates for everything gaming related. My name is Sunblade and first off I wish you guys a very happy new year 2022 and I hope you get blessed with the best pulls possible in your favorite gacha games. So now that the new year has started, we are taking care of the end of the year top 10s, so my boy Nolar and me will kick things off with the top 10 best LRs in 2021. So it doesn't really matter to us if the unit came out on global or JP. So if a unit came out in 2020 on JP and in 2021 on global, that could be potentially be on the list. So yeah, that's a heads up for you. And a lot of factors went into this, not just the stats like attack and defense, utility, teams, yeah, you know the deal. And yeah, please note that this is just our personal opinion and definitely let us know down below if you agree or disagree with our list. And yeah, before we start, make sure to like the video and subscribe to 5-9 Gaming. So, let's begin. Alright, so here we are with the 2021 LR tier list, and as I said, I brought Nolar along with me. Say hello.
Hey, what's going on everybody?
Very well, let's not waste any more time and begin. Coming in at number 10, LR, Krillin and Gohan. Nolar, go for him, or go for them because you basically talked me into them, so here you go.
Well, the reason why I think they deserve to be at least number 10, I think they're pretty highly rated, is mostly the fact that I very much value the ability to gain more ki. You look at LR Gohan, the very first LR, the in Super Saiyan 2 one. The fact that he gets extra ki per ki sphere is fantastic, so it makes it easy to get these supers off. So their kit is based around getting the 24 super, the 24 ki super, getting the additional attack, you know, all that kind of stuff. So the fact that they get more ki off the Rainbow Sphere, they hit damn hard. And the fact that they get multiple supers off that. Now, the activation skill to, you know, the battle suit version of them, yeah, it's okay. It's not like a huge upgrade. It's like a nice little change in the look. The kit changes a little bit. They get an active skill of like what's it called, 24 ki for one turn, so they're absolutely going to get the big super plus an additional plus, you know, all this other stuff. So overall I think they're very good. Rapid growth didn't necessarily, like, it needs help, but it was nice for them to be added to it. So, and their link skills are pretty decent. Shocking speed, fierce battle, you know, infighter, Kamehameha. So these they can link up with fairly easily with their teammates along with everything they're a part of. I mean, they're not part of a lot of categories. I think I see here like 5: Planet Namek Saga, Dragon Ball Seekers, Joint Forces, Kamehameha, Rapid Growth. But they will be able to link up on those teams. So, your thoughts, Sunblade?
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. What I like the most about them is the fact that they gain more ki per ki sphere. So, yeah, they can get like an ultra super attack very easily. And I personally feel that they are a wild card on certain teams. Especially for Dragon Ball Seekers, I struggle a little bit with 17's Extreme Z battle on level 30 because I had to grind the medals for Hellfighter 17 and AGL Android 17, and they were quite helpful on there.
Yep.
And what I also like about them is that you can link them up with the LR, Int, Goku and Piccolo unit. They share 5 links, so there are definitely some situations where you want to bring them. And yeah, I overlooked them pretty much because I never used them before, but now that Nolar told me, like, listen, they're good, I tried them out, and yeah, number 10 they are.
Perfect.
Okay, so let's move on to number 9, and oh man, yeah, LR, Future Gohan and Trunks, the recent yellow coin LR that came out with the double raid banner on JP, and yeah, they are really good. Bond of Master and Disciple needed a new leader, like P+4 at 150%, that's a true leader skill. And the Int Future Gohan from, what was it, October 19 or even 18? This unit is pretty much dead to me, so yeah, I'm happy with this. And they are really good, but you have to do a lot, like, with them. like future Gohan, when he's alone, post revival, he is a monster. But to get there, man, it's exhausting. And this is a unit that is very annoying to me because you have to get a lot of key spheres, and sometimes you just get 7, even though this unit changes key spheres. So yeah, Nolar, what are your thoughts?
Look, this card is good through and through, right? Like this, the initial state with Trunks, the exchange to Gohan, and then once he's intended to die so he can revive, he's a monster. My biggest issue is when you exchange to just Gohan, he loses his ability to change orbs when you need that to launch to really make him very effective. So it's weird because you want him to die, to exchange and to die so you can be the monster that he is, but he loses the ability to get there on his own, so you need a lot of support, a lot of orb changers around him to get him there, and that's kind of difficult. I mean, it kind of limits a little bit of the team building aspect, which I feel like if you're going to be in the top 10, you got to elevate your entire team instead of using them as a crutch to make you good, you know what I mean? So again, with just Trunks and Gohan, before you exchange into Gohan himself, he's fantastic. It's a fantastic card. Orb changing is great, but again, like you said, you could have like some orbs that randomly change at the top of the board, but there's no way to connect to it, so you effectively get nothing out of it.
Yeah,
I've had that
exactly.
happen so many times, and it's very frustrating. So I would have hoped to make this card better and bump him up on the list. It would have been better for him when he exchanges to Gohan. He has a chance to randomly create AGL key spheres or rainbow orbs or something along those lines, where to get him the 8 key spheres would be a lot easier, at least to me. But he's a fantastic card. Again, maybe my mind might change because I've only had maybe 2-3 days to play with him. But this is where I feel pretty solid to put him at number 9.
Yeah. To sum it up a little bit, this card is so low on the list because it lacks consistency, in my opinion. So,
yep, I agree.
Yeah, but that might change in the future. Opinions change, the game changes, so we might bump them up in the future for the 2022 list that comes out in summer. So, yeah, with that said, let's move on to number 8. Exchange Vegeta and Goku. Nolar, what are your thoughts?
So these guys, when I first saw, I think, Truth showcase on them, when he was, getting a preview version of it, I was thoroughly impressed with the attack skills and stuff. The downside of this card in particular was the exchange conditions. 29% HP or less. It's really difficult. Obviously I've been able to exchange the card, but I haven't done it on a very consistent basis. And obviously when you exchange it to Goku's fantastic, right? But again, it's just like with Gohan in number 9, getting to the next state is pretty difficult. Now, Vegeta himself is fantastic as is, and that's good. But if I want to be able to use the entire card. You know what I mean? All of the abilities onto its own. So if they design it a certain way, I think the design is a little too low or too difficult to achieve. And on top of that, it's a minor nitpick for me, but I don't like units that go from one typing to another, in this case, extreme to super, right? So usually it doesn't matter now, but back in the day when you were running mono teams or anything like that became a little weird. So it's just the one nitpick I have. But overall, it's a very good card. Like, hits super hard. But I want to be able to use Goku when I can, and I can't really do that. So, Sunblade, your thoughts?
Yeah, I can't add anything more to that except that they have a lot of key when they're on the field. Like, you read the passive skill and it immediately says like key plus 3, and then you move on. Additional key plus 2. They have prepared for battle, so you get the 18 key super attack most of the time. I like that a lot. They do a lot of damage, or well, Vegeta does a lot of damage. Unfortunately, there's a problem with this card. Sometimes you can be in between of the 30% and 29% HP. So yes, some parts of his kit are not active and you can't revive at all. That's pretty rare, but I don't like that. But still, this unit is good, and I really hope that the 50% support units, especially like the Int Vegeta, get an easy ace. So yeah, this rotation can be a lot better in the future.
Agreed.
Okay, let's move on to number 7. Yeah, I can already hear Truth screaming, the best defensive unit in the game, Physical Janemba. I think this unit is amazing. This unit is really fun. Great leader skill with Corroded Body and Mind, and movie boss skill key +4 and 150%. Super attack effects, yeah, greatly lowers defense or lowers defense. Could be better, but yeah, the passive is really fun. You really have to think about where to place the unit. Like in slot 1, do you want to guard against all attacks there, or do you want to build up the unit? The nullifying of the key blast is fun. The animation, I love that. And yeah, all in all, great unit. I think this is the first LR that guards. Has big bad bosses like the Link. The Link skills are amazing. The Link set, man, is crazy good. So definitely level up this unit to level 10 all the way. Yeah. Justified at number 6, man. Really good.
Yeah, he's a very, very good defensive unit. Offensively, he's decent. I wouldn't say he's the best. I wouldn't say he's terrible either. But the biggest thing about him is just his defense, right? Guarding, big bad bosses, you know, just so much to go with. The Link skills, like you said, Shocking Speed gives 5% defense at Link level 10. So obviously you want to be leveling this guy up. The biggest value for me with this unit is just the fact that Corroded Body and Mind is not an easy category to fulfill a lot of the missions for, like the Luxury Goku event and stuff like that. He helps significantly. Like, he's so good. The fact that, you know, he also gets a Rage mode. It's been a long time since we had another Rage mode, if I remember. I mean, I'm old, so I think I'm sure there's something before this, or after this, but I think the last one I can think of actively was Beerus, like the old tech Beerus. Maybe there's something else before.
Int Rose, I think.
Oh, Rose. Okay, that's right. Rose's got one. Yeah. But yeah, we don't have a lot of rage modes. That's a mechanic they've put in for a long time. And again, this is another little tangent I'm going off on, but I'm glad they brought it back. I wish they had brought more stuff to him. So overall, he's a very, very good unit. It's just, again, he's the MVP for defense. I absolutely agree with Truth on that. It's just, he only's got, what, 3, 4, 5 categories. So, you know, movie bosses, 5. Transformation boosts, exploding rage, corroded body and mind, accelerated battle. So he excels where he is, but there's not a lot of places where he can be, unfortunately. So that's why he's at 6 and not like higher up on the list for us between me and Sunblade.
Yeah, and yeah, offensively in longer events he will be great because in slot 2 and 3 he will build up his attack and defense, and after a couple of turns he will hit really, really hard. But in short events he might struggle in that regard, but that's not too bad.
Yep.
Okay, number 6, right? Yes. So number 6, hit and Super Saiyan God Goku. Well, I'll go for it.
So this is the most recent LR as of this recording for global. So you guys have a chance to play with this card. To me, the only thing about this card is it's just not that hype of a card itself. To me, I don't know. The super attack animations they had to. Well, to me, it's not. I don't know. It's a little odd because the super attacks they had to kind of make up on their own, which I'm guessing they're going to have to do from here on out. There's not a lot left source material they could, you know, refer to the anime for, so they just kind of had to do some stuff. And because they made it up, to me, the animations were a little janky. So, I mean, again, we're talking aesthetics here, but for the actual card itself, it's very good, right? It's very good as hit, and God Goku. But the reason why I wish it was an exchange card or something else was because they've only got 5 categories. Universal Survival Saga, Joint Forces, Legendary Existence, Accelerated Battle. Yeah, you don't get to use this card a ton outside of those categories, or even, what is this, Extreme STR. So, That's the only downside. It's like a very good card, but just super limited in where you're able to use it. I have fun playing with it, and the one thing is, this is when I stopped being such a whale, is I think I went in for 1 dupe, and even at 1 dupe, I was thoroughly impressed with how they operated. So at a Rainbow, they would have, it's even more blowing my mind at that point, right? So your thoughts, Sunblade?
Yeah, so first off, I really think that this is the best yellow coin LR in the game. The leader skill is amazing. It's accelerated battle. Okay, this is no category for me at the moment. And Universe Survivor Saga, keep us 4 and 150% to stats. So this is the card that you want to bring if you want to use Universe Survivor Saga. And together with the Extreme Z Awakening for tech hits, this card is absolutely nuts. It does so much. It has so much key. Is a great floater. Like if it's in slot 3, this card. They hit it so hard, man. Really, really good. Unique active skill. They get an attack and defense buff of 13% for the entire battle. Really, really good. But yeah, they are basically only on like 2 teams. You can use them on joint forces as well. But yeah, they are only there to link up with tech hit on Universe Survivor Saga and Legendary Existence. And yeah, I can't add anything more to that. Really, really strong. You can make the case that they are even better than some of the other units on this list, which are high up here, but because they're only on like a couple of teams, we decided to put them at number 6. So, but yeah, if you're saying, yeah, they should be better than this or that, I can agree with that. So we had this conversation with some people here.
Yeah, this is true. This is very true.
Okay, so Tech Gogeta, or well, Goku Angel and Vegeta Angel are next. Nolar, what are your thoughts on them?
Look, the one down, I'm a big Gogeta fanboy, and the only issue I have with them is they don't hit nearly as hard overall as I wanted them to. They hit hard, they do. But what makes them really, really good overall as a unit is the fact they have such good utility. Changing random key spheres to rainbow key spheres and getting additional 2 key per rainbow key spheres, chance to launch additional super attack, medium chance that is, and then damage reduction. So like they are tanky, not the super tanky, but if you know there's going to be a hit coming up, you put them there and they're good to go. And then of course, after the 4th turn, you turn them into Gogeta. If you're at least 70% or above HP, and they just wreck everything. You know what I mean? The OST is fantastic. It's one of my favorite OSTs of the year. Foreseeing an enemy super attack. Now, for 5 turns, I'm a little disappointed it's 5 turns compared to Vegito's, which is 10, if I remember. But either way, nullifying a super attack, that's cool, except the conditions are super difficult. Like, it can't be on slot 1. The enemy super attack can't be on slot 1. You have to get an ultra super off, and you know what I mean? So it just feels like I have to jump through so many hoops to see such a cool animation. But overall, look, you look at the list of what they're in, right? I'm not going to list them all because we'd be here forever. This is a very good unit overall. I take them pretty much anywhere I could, if not just because it's the damage reduction, but mostly the utility of the rainbow key spheres. There's so much I love about this unit that the only thing is I wish they hit a little harder. That's it. That's all I have to say. I'm going to jump off my soapbox and give it over to Sunblade.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's great, so I don't have to say anything more to that, except that they link up perfectly with the STR Goku and Vegeta.
Yes.
The Super Vegeta, which still a great unit, and I really would have hoped that Tech Gogeta would be a new leader for movie heroes, but yeah, well, what you're gonna do? I think, potentially Gohan will be a new movie heroes leader because of the new superhero movie. We'll see, but yeah, that's enough about Tech Gogeta. Let's move on to number 4. Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Evolved Vegeta, Royal Blue Vegeta, I don't know, like shout out to Tsunami. But yeah. For name's sake, let's just call him Super Saiyan Blue Evolved Vegeta here. Yeah, still a great unit. Some people see him way down there because he doesn't have Super Saiyan. I don't know. He should have gotten Ki when he gets hit. I agree with that stuff, but yeah, his kit is still very, very good. There's like his leader skill is amazing. Representative Universe 7, powerful comeback, Ki +3, 170. His super attacks are great, high chance. That's 50% to perform a critical hit. And in his passive, he has a medium chance, I think, to perform an additional super attack. That's 30%, and that additional super attack will be a guaranteed crit because of the super attack effect. He has a revival that's not too hard to trigger. Defensively, in shorter events, he's great if he doesn't get hit by a super, like with the first attack. Yeah, except of the missing Super Saiyan Link, he has a good Link set. He's on a bunch of categories. I think this unit is pretty much underestimated. I am very glad that I have him rainbowed. What do you think, Nolar?
Yeah, he's very good. I don't think people... I think people are underwhelmed by him when you make the comparison to his counterpart that released with him, which is UI Goku. But if you just definitively use him and look at his kit, he's very good. The damage reduction and the Ki buildup, it takes a little time to really get there. It's only 30% damage reduction, which again is still better than nothing, but the buildup to it sucks. So like you said, if you eat a super, the first turn he shows up, yeah, you're taking a lot of damage. But if, you get into turn 3, 4, 5, 6, and he's built up a little bit, he is very effective. The active skill, which is... I know it's so weird to say, but the active skill is great to see. And even though it's an AoE, you'll never ever see it used when you have relevant enemies in an AoE situation. It's kind of sad. But overall, it is, he is very good. The Link skills set, like Sunblade said, a couple things could have changed to make him better. But I'm not going to complain when he is this good. Opportunities for them to improve? Yeah, so... They could have done that, but overall, I think he's very, very good. People underrate him just because if you had the choice between him and UI Goku, most people would pick UI Goku.
Of course. Yeah.
So
there are certain scenarios where this unit is superior to UI Goku because of the legendary Goku event or Vegeta event, where you can't dodge attacks. That's where his damage reduction comes in. Pretty helpful. I think on paper this unit doesn't look as good, but if you use him, you will appreciate it. That's what I believe. So
the one thing I would definitely give Vegeta over Goku is I could easily get his... I'm gonna say easily. It's much easier to get his revive skill mechanic off compared to Goku. So like if you're looking at God event or anything insanely difficult, you need to rely on the revive mechanic. Vegeta is your better pick than Goku is in this case.
Yeah. Don't listen to the Twitter folks. Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta is great. So, yeah, we have arrived at our top 3 here, and this choice shouldn't surprise anyone. Super Saiyan Goku. Nolar.
Okay. So, with the Worldwide Celebration, or Downland Celebration, I guess they called it this year, both Goku and Frieza managed, if you look at it, their 12 key super and 18 key super have Mega Colossal. I'm pretty sure that's a first for LRs. Because most LRs at the 12 key, they just go Colossal damage. And the Ultra super attack is a 12 Mega Colossal. And this is the first time where both the 12 and the 18 are Mega Colossal. And that's very obvious because in their kit, if you put them in slot 1 and they get hit first, then they'll definitely do additional super. Or if you put them in slot 2 and 3, there's a chance to do an additional super. When you get that additional super off, you can tell there's not much of a difference in the attack stat from the 18 to the 12, right, on the additional. And that's because of that Mega Colossal. So to me, that automatically puts, Namek Goku, Super Saiyan Goku, in the top 3 for sure. There's nothing else to say about him where, he's like to really praise him. The only downside I have, performs a critical hit when there's an enemy whose name includes Frieza. Frieza is pretty rare as an enemy. It's not as common. So like that part of the kit, I understand it's all about the card. It's just not very effective overall, if that makes sense. But the active skill is, oh my god, like, it is a finisher, right? When facing only one enemy who is extreme class in HP is 30% or less, it's literally like no one's surviving this active skill, like ever. No one's ever surviving this active skill.
Right.
So, great link sets: Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan Warrior Race, Golden Warrior, Kamehameha, Prepare for Battle, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power. I don't know what else to say for a Super Saiyan Goku, and of course the myriad number of categories he belongs to. You know, if I'm taking this unit pretty much every category I can take him in. That's it. So easy top 3 for me.
Yep, I agree. And there's one more thing I would like to add. His 12 key multiplier is 160%. So yeah, very rarely the case that something like this happens. I think Tech Vegeta Blue and SC Rose have this as well. But yeah, I love this. So this is great. Yeah, about the rest, Friezas are fairly rare in Dokkan. Maybe we might get a Legendary Frieza event, even though we just got the collection of epic battles, which is basically a Legendary Frieza event.
Yes.
And yeah, he has an advantage against extreme class enemies. But yeah, there are way more super class enemies in the game. Well, Legendary Goku event, Legendary GT Goku event, Legendary Vegeta event. Yeah, there we go. So that's why I personally think that that Frieza has an advantage over him. So
agreed.
Yeah, number 3 he is. So yeah, before we move on to our number 2 and number 1, let's talk about our honorable mention. And yeah, Nolar, we talked about this for quite a while, and LR Team Turles, they came out in January 2021 on Global Dokkan, so they basically come in at number 11, or well, they are honorable mention. And since you like them so much, Nolar, tell us about them.
Look, I'm a sucker for Turles cards in this game because they all have utility, either supporting, stunning, whatever you may think of. This LR has both, right? So the 12 key super has a medium chance to stun. The 18 key super has a high chance of stunning. They start off with 130% attack and defense. Give Terrifying Conquerors, which is a very good category. It's one of my favorite extreme class categories. 3 key, 30% attack and defense. Key +6, attacks effective against all types when the enemy is stunned. Attacks effective against all types and high chance of launching additional when you get to 24 key, which could be a little difficult because they don't change orbs themselves. But on the team you could bring like Terrifying Conquerors, you've got STR Cooler, the TUR version of this card, of course the soon to have an EZA, AGL Turles, like a lot of support units that could bolster them to get to 24 key. And this is, I think, one of the few cards that can have the active skill be activated multiple times, right? You can activate it when HP is 60% or less, or from the 8th turn from the start of battle up to 2 times. You get 24 key, which means you get effective against all types and launch an additional super. So they are fantastic to me. The best thing about them is they don't have to be a main rotation unit. As power creep continues to grow, they have a support passive. You can throw them off rotation. That's why for me, they are super valuable. And, even though they were released in 2020 on JP and 2021 and coming on January for Global, I still think they're very, very good. And it needs to be mentioned. Big Bad Bosses, Thirst for Conquest, Destroyer of the Universe, Prepare for Battle, Brutal Beatdown, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power. Like, what you name, it's a good link set. There's not much you could ask for. So... yeah, your thoughts, Sunblade, on, me strong-arming you to pick these guys.
No, it's absolutely fine. Like, in my original list, I had Jiren over them, but the Universe Survivor Saga team changed a lot with the arrival of God Goku and Hit and with the EZA of Tech Hit. So I can see Turles being over Jiren. Yeah. I am a sucker for Turles units too, and yeah, I gotta say, once AGL Turles gets his EZA, he's prepared. He's rainbowed, level 10 links. This card is going to be an absolute monster. He's going to be bonkers. Like, I can't wait for this. I really hope that Akatsuki doesn't screw up AGL Turles EZA, but I think that's mostly impossible. So
yeah, it's too good.
Great times are ahead. Now that the honorable mention is out of the way, let's move on to number 2. And yeah, basically you know who's number 1 once we are finished with number 2. But yeah, some people might be upset about this, but Nolar and me certainly are not. Number 2, AGL UI Goku, or as some of you call him, Master Ultra Instinct Goku. Absolutely phenomenal unit. Came out on the anniversary on Global NJP. Man, this card, attack and defense up 150%, great chance, 70% to dodge and attack. He gets ki with every dodge, and since the chance is so high, he has a lot of ki if you put him in slot 1, so it's pretty easy to pull off his 18 ki. He's an AGL unit, so he has like 20 additional, so you will get a lot of additionals, a lot of additional super attacks with him, so a lot of crits are coming the enemy's way, and yeah, he does a lot, man. He can't be touched, he does a lot of damage, but yeah, sometimes his dodge will never activate, you know that. In Extreme Sora Battle Road, it really feels like a 10% chance to dodge anything. But
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's only in our heads. Of course, this unit is absolutely crazy, and you can easily make the case that this unit is number 1. But we believe that he is number 2 because the number 1 is a little bit more consistent and has more advantage and harder content, I feel. But we'll get to that in a minute. Yeah, AGL UI Goku in number 2, man. Nolar, what do you think?
I 100% agree. The great chance to evade or dodge is good, except the time it doesn't happen. So I'm sure everyone has experienced UI Goku not dodging when you need him to dodge, and that gives leeway to the inconsistency factor, even though, again, 70% chance to dodge is a high chance. It's not going to happen all the time. The other issue I have with this card is the revival mechanic. Because he's got a 7% chance to dodge, he needs to receive 3 or more attacks to fulfill one of the conditions of the revival. There's a good opportunity where you'll never get hit 3 times, and you can't get the revival part off, right? So that's the kind of only thing is, like, even though it's nice to have, and I personally don't really need to see revival a lot, but for more free-to-play players or not less spenders who don't have rainbow units or have the luxury to have all the orbs and all that kind of stuff, they might rely more on it, and it's harder to get the revival mechanic off on him than, like we said, with Blue Evolution Vegeta. That's my only nitpick about this unit, but everything else is great. The active skill's fantastic. The fact that he's a defensive unit, like, even though he can he dodges, if he gets hit, for the most part, if it's a normal attack, it's like not going to hit too hard because he's got 150% defense from start of turn. And if he manages to dodge, he gets an additional 30% defense, right, in that turn. So, you know, overall, really good unit. It's just sometimes, you know, the RNG god says you died today, and then you die on Super Battle Road. So yeah, that's kind of the only thing I have about this, about UI Goku as a whole. Obviously, look at all the categories he's in. There's so many. And the link skills, pretty good, right? Shocking speed, prepare for battle, godly power, Kamehameha, TOP, fierce battle, legendary power. Not much you can change about it. Yeah, UI Goku's number 2 for me.
Yeah, I think this unit will age incredibly well. I really want to say, like, when Gogeta and Vegito came out for the 5-year anniversary, they aged terribly, in my opinion. But this won't be the case with this unit. He will be relevant for a very long time, I feel. I hope I'm not wrong, because the anniversary is right around the corner. But yeah, great unit. And if you say he is number 1 for you, like, no argument for me.
Can't hold you.
It's fine.
Yeah,
absolutely,
I agree.
absolutely fine. So yeah, number 1, I guess you know who it is. Before I give the word to Nolar, the one thing I want to say is, I guess you guys watched the English dub of Dragon Ball Super, and there's one quote, and that's very important, and it applies to that unit. With a sword that mighty, you don't need a shield, and I think that works so well with full power Frieza at number 1. Nolar, go ahead.
Look, I didn't really believe he was that good because I saw the showcase and I was like, yeah, he's pretty good. And then I got my hands on with the unit, and my God, is he just so good. He's just so fun too. Look, let me just go through the kit here. All right, so sworn enemies, pretty good category, not the best, but it's pretty good. Planet Dynamic Saga, of course, so that's decent. On the 12 key super, infinitely raises attack, and on the 18 key super, infinitely raises defense. So he is literally here to crush your enemy faster than he can crush you. And he can do that very easily because if you look at his kit, so he gets 2 key, attack and defense 100%. Launches an additional super attack within the same turn after receiving attack. So you put him in slot 1, he gets hit. That's an automatic 12 key. Automatic raise of the attack. Medium chance of launching an additional super attack as a second or third attacker. Okay, just like Goku. So a lot of this, again, with Dual Dokkan Fest, they kind of mirror each other. So it's a lot of mirroring here. Plus an additional attack and defense 100% for 6 turns from the start of turn. So that's pretty big. Attack 50% starting from the 7th turn, so he loses all that extra defense and that extra, but only loses 50% attack because he gets 50% on the 7th turn. Key plus 1 at the start of each turn up to 3, plus an additional 50% attack when there's a superclass enemy, which is super prevalent in this game, right? Like Sunblade said, a Legendary Goku event, Legendary GT Goku event, the Vegeta events, all super enemies. So he's definitely getting that extra boost. And you got to remember, if you watch some of my older videos, I did a whole calculation or order of operations. When they start adding these additional things here and there, it's not just like they're adding plus 50%. Sometimes, depending on the wording, it's a multiplicative 50%. So it turns out to be more like 75% when you like boost all the stats. All right, anyways, performs a critical hit when there's an enemy whose name includes Goku, which is a ton of enemies, right? Like I said, there's 2 legendary events that have Goku, period, right? All the Infinite Dragon Ball history events out there, just so many long events, Super Battle Road events that have Goku. This is a lot more useful than, say, Goku's passive that said, includes Frieza units. And then, of course, the active skill can be activated when facing one enemy whose class is super class, which is a lot of the game. And yeah, this is a killer. Like, it straight up kills people. So overall, like, I've had the rare scenario where I put Frieza in the 2nd slot, Broly AoEs, and I get that additional super. So I get 4 supers off in the 2nd slot, and I just destroy Broly in matter of a minute. He's just so fun. He can destroy things so quickly. I absolutely wholeheartedly agree that this is the #1 LR in the game as of now in 2021. God, Big Bad Bosses too. When you get that act, oh my God. And he's got the best linking partner in that 3rd form Frieza. You know what I mean? Plus the passive boost. I mean, what else can I say? He is my favorite unit to play with right now. Sunblade, add more to it if you can.
Yeah, so, well, it's hard for me to add anything, but Nolar is right. This unit is crazy. I know this might sound a little bit, well, I wouldn't say unprofessional, but I rate the units by, like, how big is the wow factor actually when I use the unit. And when I use full power Frieza, I'm erupting of joy. Like, what he does, like, if you add all of the attack sets, he has like a 20 million attack set sometimes, if you add all the additional super attacks. His active skill is not hard to trigger. The voice acting, by the way, in original Japanese audio is crazy. And he, by the way, is the first Extreme AGL Fierce Battle LR. So, yeah, pretty funny that this is the best as of right now. And the 3rd form Frieza, Nolar mentioned, as of right now, we don't know what the banner unit tier list will look like. But he might be on #1 as well. So, man, this is a very, very deadly duo. And yeah, performs a critical hit when there's an enemy whose name includes Goku. Well, you got the 2 legendary Goku events. He will destroy full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku when you time it right. When you are lucky if you don't get hit like with the super attack in the 1st slot. So yeah, and there was a glitch, or maybe there is still a glitch where he can counter with his 12-key super attack. Nolar, do you know if it's still in it?
I did it as recent as 2 weeks ago, doing some Super Battle Road runs. So I still think it's in here. I don't think they patched it.
But it doesn't really matter. Even if Akatsuki decided to patch it, this unit would still be number 1. But there, he can do an additional, a counter 12 key super attack when he gets hit after he did a super attack. So this is pretty crazy as well. Yeah. Full power Frieza, number 1. Yeah, I gotta say, I wasn't a big Frieza fan before, but I gotta say, thanks to this card, now I am a Frieza fan, so Goresh will be pretty happy about this, I guess. And yeah, 160% multiplier for 12 key super attacks. Pretty great as well. Yep.
Oh, and of course, Mega Colossal both on 18 and 12. So like, when you get those additional supers, they don't feel weaker. They feel real strong, right? Because it's still Mega Colossal. Right. And you said 160% on the key multiplier, which is crazy. It's crazy. The numbers are astronomical. So, look, if you like big WoW offensive numbers, this is your guy. Like, because he does it over and over and over again in the same term. So
exactly. Yeah, some time ago, Truth and Sora did a video where they discussed UI Goku and Full Power Frieza. And yeah, they tried to figure out who is better. So you really want to watch that video if you're unsure about those two. So I highly recommend watching it. So yeah, that concludes our list. Do you agree with it? Do you disagree? Let us know in the comment section. Yeah, any closing words from you, Nolar?
No, so this is, the end of 2021. So it's however the year has been for you guys. We're closing the chapter on this year and going to the next year. And Dokkan's looking really strong. The 7th year around the corner. And as you know, the number 7 is super important. So I'm expecting some crazy stuff, a lot of fun things. So definitely be sure, if you're new here, 259 Mobile, if you want to check out some more Dokkan content, we will have you covered from here to the anniversary and to the rest of 2022. So thanks a lot for Sunblade inviting me to discuss the top 10 LRs. We've got other top 10 lists coming out, and so be on the lookout for those.
All right. See you guys.